Hello everyone. I'm Heather and I'm back for a bit of a reading vlog. It's Easter weekend coming up. This is the very last work day before Easter weekend, so it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Good Friday and then Saturday, Sunday, obviously. And then Easter Monday, so we're not back in work until Tuesday. Weekends no longer mean what they meant because we can't really go anywhere, but not having to work is a really good, exciting plan. By work, I mean just back at work. We've got some pretty exciting plans for this weekend. We're gonna do some backyard shenanigans, and by that I mean shenanigans that you can do in like a really small concreted over square space, because our backyard is more like a prison yard. But I think we might be able to pop the tent in that space so we can have a bit of a camp out, and also maybe watch a movie back there, have a bit of like s'mores. What do you reckon?
What's
s'mores?
What's that?
Like, you know, those marshmallow things? We can like do them over the stove.
No, I don't want marshmallows.
Oh, okay,
I don't
well.
like them. Can I have, I want chocolate inside the crackers.
Oh, just chocolate and cracker?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's doable. It's not just more, but there's no rules anymore. We just do what we want. Anyway.
No, flat chocolate.
Oh. So anyway, other than those shenanigans, potentially trying to make a shop happen at the end of the world, where everything is crazy, I'm also going to be pursuing my O.W.L.s qualifications through the O.W.L.s Magical Readathon. I'm pretty much halfway through, so I have 3 left. I've sort of unintentionally made April sort of like the month of audiobooks, but I'm not hating it. They're going really well. They're working, you know, for my situation. You know, they're good for mental health. They're very low stress. I'm able to listen to them throughout my day for bits of distraction, you know, here and there, which is really good. But for the next one that I'm going to do, I'm sort of, I think, going to do both physical reading and audiobook reading, because it's going to be the weekend. I'm going to have more time to read physical books, but also, you know, you need that bit of like audiobook break every once in a while. And like some people are like, no, you don't mix audiobooks and physical books. Like you either audiobook it or you physical book it. And I'm like, I don't need your judgment, okay? Like, do me. It's fun to do both audiobook and physical book, especially like if you hit chapters, you know, as long as you stick to like listen to the end of a chapter or read to the end of a chapter and then, you know, start the next bit, it's easy to sort of do them both. And you never know what mood you're going to be in, a reading mood or a listening mood. So for the next one that I'm going to do both audiobook and physical book, is A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison. And this is a middle grade book that I was sort of hoping to read for middle grade March, and didn't really work out because March was the worst. But I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know anything about it, mind. I know it's got like witches. 3 sisters trapped in an ancient curse. They're also witches, so they gotta do something about it, and that's really all I know. I just heard good things about it and also found it for super cheap in the grocery store, back when grocery stores were fun. So I will get on that today and let you know how it goes.
In the crevice, she had wedged a broken chunk of stone hidden from the prison warders. It was too small to be used as a weapon, but the warders would no doubt confiscate it if they knew about it.
I'm now on a mission to go to the pharmacy, which is not the most exciting place to go at this time. But I need to get my kid's inhaler, so I'm braving the bad bugs, y'all. Also, this book is really good. I will update you later. Jesus, it's gorgeous out here. Like, that's just the world just taking the piss, isn't it? Like, when we could go out places and do things, it rained for months. Ugh. Y'all, look at this dope-ass bird feeder my mom and dad just sent me. Like, it goes perfect with our tree. Ooh, we're gonna have so many damn birds, it's gonna be freaking sweet. Okay, so I'm actually not that far in my book. I thought that I would be farther by now. I'm only on chapter 4. But it's really cute. I really like it. I think that I've potentially messed up. This was supposed to be a book about witches, and I thought that it was. I could have sworn that this was a book about witches. But it's not. It's a book about like magic objects that are passed down in a family. So like these people, they inherit these 3 magical objects that help them to do magical stuff. So like I guess it's sort of like they're witches, but they're not witches. No, I've messed that up, but it's probably fine. Anyway, so far it's about this girl. She's 13. It's her 13th birthday. It's Halloween. Badass. She has an older sister and a younger sister, and they live with their grandmother in like this sort of town where you need a ferry to get to the next town. And they live in this really old inn, and they run the inn. And they've sort of lived there as long as they can remember, whatever. Their dad is in prison. I think their mother's dead or whatever. And this 13-year-old girl, Betty, she like rebels for her 13th birthday for Halloween. And she takes her little sister on the ferry like she's not supposed to do because they're going to go to the next town over. She's like, oh, Granny never lets me go to the next town over. I'm definitely going to go. She gets caught by the Granny who suddenly shows up on the ferry. Like she didn't get on the ferry with them, so she doesn't know how the Granny ended up on the ferry. But she's definitely in trouble because she wasn't supposed to do that. And the Granny's like, okay, you know, it's time you know the truth about these 3 magical items that are existing in the family. Like one of them is a carpet bag that allows you to jump locations, you know. So she was off the ferry, and then she used the carpet bag to get on the ferry, and then she used the carpet bag to get everyone back to the inn. And there's like a mermaid mirror that was given to the older sister that's like you can talk to anyone even if they're not there, so we're basically Skype now. So it's not as magical as you'd think, I guess, unless you can talk to dead people. Like I'm not sure what she means yet about not there. Does it just mean that, you know, someone who's not in your area, or does it mean like people who are dead, or like magical people, or like anyway, it's unclear. And the 3rd object was given to this 13-year-old girl, this Betty girl. And it's like Matryoshka dolls, you know, like the dolls where it's like a big one and you take it apart and you take out a littler one and then you take that one apart and you take out a littler one, like that. And the Granny sort of like pulled a bit of the girl's hair and stuck it in the Matryoshka doll and then shut it and like aligned the keys. And it made the girl invisible. So that sounds pretty cool. There's talk of, so like at the very beginning of the book, there was like an execution or something, but it was only like, it was like before chapter 1. It was like a sort of prologue type thing. Someone was executed. And then when the girl sort of like started her introduction about things, she sort of started it with the day I learned about the family curse was my 13th birthday. So I think in chapter 4 we're about to find out about this curse. So pretty excited, seeing as how I'm stuck here, I have nothing else to do. Exciting.
Can I do a box?
Yeah, you do a box too. Do a double box.
And 1 again.
Well, 3, right?
3, okay.
Okay, and a 4 just there. You throw it on there.
Yeah.
So one then on the 6, so I have to go.
I know how to do it. Huh?
Brilliant. I'm now only giving myself 4 hours a day to eat food. Something like 3 to 7 or 4 to 8 is the only time that I can eat food. Like, I can have any kind of drink, but actual food I can't eat. It's the only way I'm gonna get this under control. These banana chips are delightful. Okay. Back to it. Hank, that's too close. Even in lockdown, my kid is stalking the neighbor kid.
Stay there. Stay. Mom, look, we both have fellows.
What's happening?
The mess over there.
Oh, what a long day of sitting in my house. I'm exhausted. But I will sort of update you to where I am in the book. I'm a little bit further now. I'm on, wait, what am I on? Chapter 10. And the curse has been revealed and some extra craziness has come about. I'm actually really liking this book. I want to just sort of like devote all of my time now to just reading this book because it's super good. But the curse happens that the family members aren't allowed to leave the town. Something really bad happens to them, and when people who were in the family have tried to leave before, like cousins and stuff like that, they've died. They got like this horrible like cold sinking feeling, and then they just keel over and die. And every time one of them dies, a stone falls out of this like prison tower. So they're in a town that the biggest sort of thing in the town is the prison, and the dad of the family was in the prison for a bit. And the granny is telling the kids about this like curse and the prison tower and everything. She's like, I don't know what the correlation is between the curse and this tower or anything. But the girls don't really believe her. They think that she's sort of like holding something back. So they find that she's been to visit the prison, and they're like, oh, she was visiting dad in the prison. But then they found a letter that said that he's at a different prison now. And they're like, why was he moved? Why weren't we told? Who's Granny been visiting? So they get like a slip out of her pocket that has like a prison number of the person that she's been visiting, and they go to visit him. And they find that he knows how to break the curse, or he's saying he does. It's like, you just have to give me what I want, which is to get out of here. And they're like, we can't sneak you out. And he's like, no, I know your granny's handbag is like a special handbag that'll just like zap me out. And that's like made them really worried. They're like, how does he know about the handbag? You know, like, can he really actually break this curse, or is he just lying? But then like on their way back to the inn where they live, they were talking to this like prison warden, and he said, oh, there's like ghosts in the tower because the tower is older than the prison. It used to be sort of part of the older like fortification that was there, and then they just built the prison onto the tower. And it's sort of haunted by this woman who like fell from the tower or something. Her name was like Sorsha or something. So that's super interesting. And yeah, I'm really liking it. Does anyone else like disinfect their shopping and their shopping bags after they bring new stuff in? Okay, so I'm halfway through, no, about halfway through, a little more than halfway actually. I'm on chapter 17 of The Devil's Teeth, and it's really good, guys. It's getting really good. Like, I'll sort of tell you a bit of it, and then I'll sort of lay a spoiler warning down, just in case you're interested in reading it, which you should be, because it's awesome. These girls, they decided they were gonna go to the prisoner and like bust him out. They were gonna steal the magic carpet bag from the granny and bust out the guy from prison so that they can break the curse. So they have to take the little kid though, the littlest kid. Like one of the sisters is 16, one of the sisters is 13. The other one, I think I missed the age somewhere, but she's younger, you know, she's like maybe 8 or something like that. But the handbag officially goes to her. So it's Granny's handbag, but when Granny dies, basically, it becomes the handbag of the little kid. That's her gift. So only she can work it. So she has to have her hand on it and say where they're going. So they can't just borrow it and not take her on this adventure. Like, she has to come. So they're saying, okay, so we gotta go to prisoner 513 or whatever, but the kid has to say it. So they're all together, and she says, okay, ready, say it. And the kid says 531, which is the wrong prisoner, right? And they end up in this like really bad part of the prison with this really bad guy. Okay, right. So spoilers now, right? they end up with this guy who, like, when they end up going to the right prisoner, he sort of tacks on, he like grabs them and he goes too. And they end up in the right prisoner, this Colton guy, who says that he's innocent, and actually I'm starting to believe that he is. Like, he seems like a pretty good guy, and he didn't really belong in prison. Whereas the other guy that they accidentally got with them, he obviously belongs there because he's like really evil. But they grab the guy, they get him out, they all head off, but now they're stuck with this other guy. So they land in like the woods or whatever outside the forest. You've got the 3 girls, you got these 2 prisoners, and then as soon as they sort out the good prisoner, they find out that actually he was lying. He doesn't know how to break the curse, which we sort of saw coming, didn't we? But now the bad prisoner has the little kid in the bag hostage and is making the kid take him all over the place. But after she leaves like their island and goes to other parts of the world where he's making her go, she only has like a day before she dies because of the curse. So now the sisters basically have 24 hours to break the curse, or their sister's gonna die somewhere in the world alone. What? Crazy. I'm gripped. So good. What are you doing, Hank Spank? Hank Marvin? You looking hot? You're looking hot, Bubba. Y'all, the height of luxury. Y'all, it's motherfucking 4 o'clock. It is the start of eating time. What should I eat first? I don't know. Okay. More spoilers. If you don't want to hear about the book, plug your ears. Okay. So now, the youngest sister and the oldest sister, right? They've been stolen by the bad guy. Like, just the little sister was necessary, but obviously the older sister was like, I clearly need to go along. So now the middle sister, the main character, Betty, she's 13. She has to break the curse before the end of 24 hours, basically. So she's got this innocent prisoner with her, the one that they meant to bust out and ended up busting out, who lied about knowing about the curse, but basically he's a good guy, so he's gonna help. She's got him, and also she's got one of the wardens, like one of the guys from the prison who was looking for the prisoner. They've like kidnapped him because he knows about the water and stuff like that, so they've like forced him to join. And they are invisible. They've made themselves invisible. They're in a boat, and they're talking to the sister via this like magic mirror thing, and they're finding out about the beginning of their powers from this like warden guy who knows the story of this witch who threw herself from the tower at the prison. Basically, she got all these powers because she was saved as a baby by these 3 guys, all representing something else. So she was able then to manifest powers from that in some way. And she had like a romantic attachment or something from a guy who escaped from the prison. So she wanted to sort of maintain that relationship and also help the guy that had run away and keep him sort of from going back to prison. So she's like, oh, if they capture me and put me in the tower because they think I'm a sorceress, I need to protect my powers, you know? I need to put them inside other objects so that other people can use them to get me out. So that's what she's done. Obviously, like, she had the ability to make herself invisible. She put that in the dolls. She had the ability to like present herself in a hologram to other people around the world. Basically just like Skype, so I don't know what the problem is. So she put that in a mirror. And she had the ability to sort of like jet herself places, you know, to just sort of manifest herself in a different location. And she put that in the handbag. So now the middle sister, she's determined to sort of save the other sisters, so she's got to go places, you know. So now she's off of her island, she's outside of her area, and she's starting to experience the symptoms of the curse. Like, it's been set in motion now. All 3 of them will die in a day if she doesn't get her ass in gear and sort it out. Ugh. And I thought quarantine was bad. Boom.
What?
I think this worked out really good. This tent worked out really good, huh?
got yellow or rhino.
Oh.
Rhino.
Oh. Okay, I got a red flamingo.
I got a flamingo.
Ooh, a green one. Ooh, I got a yellow flamingo.
Like
Okay, we just finished listening to A Touch of Magic by Michelle Harrison, and it was really good. It was so good. There's also a sequel to it. There's like the whole Widdershins family series, so that's like the first one in the series. There's 2 so far, and there's gonna be more. I think that we should attempt to read those ones as well. I have a couple questions that I'm not sure if they would be answered in the sequels or if they, I don't know, just don't ever get answered. But the dad was moved in the prison, like I said, and that's never really answered. Like, why did he get moved? Why did loads of prisoners get moved? Doesn't really make any sense. Also, the mother died. And why? You know, she drowned. Like, what's the story with that? Like, there seemed to be like there was going to be a weird story about it, about why she didn't die of the curse and she died of something else. I don't know. And there were like a couple other things. Like, I wonder if they'll be answered in the sequels, or if like the whole point was that in order for them to go and see this other prisoner and find out that the granny wasn't seeing the dad had to not be at the prison, thus he had to move, and like that's just the end, or if that was like a plot thing.
plot.
But anyway, I think it ended really well. Like, it was really clever, and it was really happy at the end, and you know, I think that you should read it. It was really good. I'm really happy that I read it. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads just now because I love it. Anyway, we're finished with that one. So the next one that we need to tackle for our owls is... Do you remember what the witches one was?
Which what?
There was a witches prompt for the owls, but I don't remember
Wait,
what
I know.
course it is.
You mean you sorted one where you was getting food for Daddy?
Anyway, I don't remember what like exact owl like subject or course that one was. I'll figure it out, say tomorrow. But the next book that we're going to read is for our Transfiguration Owl, and it's a book to do with shape-shifting. So we're going to read Gollum and the Genie. And that's going to be really good, hopefully. So yeah, good night, everyone. I guess say good night.
Good night, phone.
Good night, phone.
La, la.